Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's time for another light novel review. Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's gonna be another JY light novel, and in case you don't know what JY is, it is the subdivision of Yen Press that is releasing more and more of. So there's little JY, more and more of light novels for kids, specifically middle schoolers. I will say this is one of the ones that interested me, in the middle. There's some that I saw and I'm like, man, they're gonna be good. Like one of the horror ones that I reviewed earlier, and then this other one that I'll be reviewing soon in my channel as well. So, but this one, detective-wise, it just kind of gave me like, it's gonna be kids and a dog solving mysteries, and that's pretty much what it was. There is drama in the sense of character development, but for the most part, that's what it is. Now, before anything, guys, if you have not done so, go support Yen Press and this division, the JY division. Personally, I think it is a great division that has been added to Yen Press because it's bringing kids appropriate stories to their ages. Now, I will say one little thing that I will talk about that's not necessarily good for kids for this specifically volume, but it kind of goes for all the ones that I've read. But by far, it is definitely kid-friendly. I myself have a huge collection at home, and I've often thought, now that my daughter is learning how to read, what can I give to her? Because she's going to be interested in my stuff, obviously. But what can I give to her that's appropriate for her at her age? And stuff like this makes it easier where I can go, hey, you know what? These are for your age. They're not going to have gore. They're not going to have fan service. They're not going to have any of that stuff that's not for kids. So, yeah, go support them. Great company. Also, if you haven't done so by now, subscribe to my channel. Give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. And you guys can find me on social media and other places by checking the description below. Okay, let's talk about this. Canine Detective Chris. Now, Chris is the dog. Chris is on the case. It's in the back. Essentially, we follow the life of Chris going into Hinata's life, which is the boy, and then his childhood friend here is the girl who she pretty much is also main character. Like she's kind of like the yin and the yang to him. That's Mayuka. I was gonna butcher her name, Mayuka. So she is definitely very bubbly of a character. She's very contrast to our protagonist Hinata. Hinata, he's very shy, he's very reserved. In fact, it seems like a lot of the story would have not moved further if it wasn't for his friend. So thank you. One thing that I didn't like was the fact that the dog doesn't speak. I get it, they wanted to do something like childish like, but also where it could be almost realistic. So the dog doesn't speak. He does go woof woof, and a lot of times like he communicates in his woofs, but he doesn't speak. So personally, I thought, a little disappointment, to be honest. But the mystery element of the story is pretty good. In the beginning, we basically see how Hinata gets Chris through his grandfather as a gift, and Chris is basically a retired cop dog, and he has his own phobias as well, which kind of goes into character buildup between Chris and Hinata. So just kind of that coping of him being a shy character, not being able to express himself as much, but Chris being there for him. I think it's a great element that some kids need in their life, for sure. I mean, I remember being that age, and if it wasn't for the few friends that I made in middle school and elementary, I don't know what would have been of me. I would have maybe fallen in the wrong steps, or wronger steps. I think everyone eventually falls in some wrong steps. But you know, it would have been a worse case for me or whatever. But you know, it's cute. The first case is the jewel thief, and they hear cop sirens, so they get involved. And then after that, there's quite a bit of other stuff that goes into it, but that's the case they go through, finding and investigating. That's one of the things that I would say it's not too kid friendly. And the other one as well, that it was a horror one. You know, there's some things that I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe don't tell the kids to do that, right? Kids shouldn't go investigate on their own. Shouldn't be going into people's properties without knowing them. But other than that, it's a great story. The mixture of Hinata and Mayuka, it's a typical character pairing in light novels, but where you get the introvert and the extrovert, and they kind of like balance each other out. But I think even though it's typical in light novels, it's also kind of typical and needed in life. A good introvert needs a good extrovert friend because they balance each other out. The introvert is gonna tell the extrovert person to wait, calm down, don't get ahead of yourself, and the extrovert is gonna help the introvert come out of his box, come out of his cage, and see the world more than what he sees. So yeah. Great story. Go check it out. Canine Detective Chris. Again, it is by the JY department of Yen Press, which I'm not really sure how it all works with their companies, because there's a lot of under Yen Press. If you go to yenpress.com, you can see a lot of companies under them. So I don't know how exactly, if they're just partnered or if Yen Press has most of the command. Not really sure how it works, but I do know that if you go to yenpress.com, you can find this division through them, and you can check out all the nice stuff that they're releasing, which is quite a bit of stuff now. It's been a few months already since at least I heard of it, so I'm excited to see more and more stuff that I can buy for my daughter and my daughters, because very soon my second kid will be reading as well. So it's how it is. Life is like that. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what else you want to see. I will have more of this stuff reviewed for you guys, but also obviously stuff for our ages, older people. So yeah, go check those out on my channel. Quite a bit of light novel reviews, manga reviews, chapter reviews, volume reviews. Anything you want to see is probably there. So go check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.